On the seed media, we are going to attempt to learn JavaScript in less than 10 minutes. Get Google Chrome open, right click and check the inspect menu from the drop down list and select console from the up right corner. If the console display has the message, right click select clear to clear it, or simply command K on a Mac computer. JavaScript variables are declared using the var keyword. JavaScript is made up of statements which are a group of words, operands, or numbers that perform a specific task and output to the debugging console is gotten using the console.log function. The value of variable A, which is 3, is added to 3 and stored in variable B, and the value of variable B is printed out using the console.log function. Inputs in JavaScript can be accepted using the prompt method, which displays a dialog box with an optional message telling the user to enter some text and returns a string of the text entered back to the user. JavaScript can perform arithmetic operations, which means variable A, which already holds a value of 3 minus 2 will return 1, A plus 2 will return 5, A divided by 2 returns 1.5, and A plus 1.5 returns 4.5. JavaScript also has compound assignment operators, which means A multiplied equal to 2 returns 6, which is the same as writing A equals to A times 2, and A divided equals to 2 returns 3, which is the same as A equals to A divided by 2. A plus equal to 2, a shorter way of writing A equals to A plus 2. The equality operator in JavaScript can be grouped into two categories, loose equals and strict equal, with double equal sign used to represent the loose equal and triple equal sign representing the strict equal. Loose equal performs type coercion, while strict equal does not. Type coercion simply means the conversion of values of a variable to the same type before comparison is made on the loose equal, while the strict equal just compares the value type and value to return true if they are both the same, and returns false if any of the parameters is different. A double equals to A is true. A triple equals to A is true. A triple equals to B is false because the variable type is integer, but the values are not the same. A double equals to a string of 1 will return false because the values are not the same even if type coercion has taken place. 1 double equals to string 1 will return true because type coercion takes place and converts both values to the same type. But 1 triple equals to a string of 1 will return false because type coercion doesn't take place, and the 1 represented in quotes is a string, and the 1 without quotes is an integer. JavaScript has comparison operators. That's to say that 1 less than 5 returns true because 1 is less than 5. 1 greater than 0 returns true. 11 less than 5 returns false. 1 less than or equal to 5 returns true, though 1 is not equal to 5, it is less than 5. 1 greater than or equals to 6 returns false because 1 is not greater than or equal to 6, and 1 less than or equal to 1 returns true. Loops in JavaScript, like other languages, repeat a series of actions till a certain condition fails, and the execution of a loop is called an iteration. Declare a variable I and assign the value of 0 to it. While I is less than 10, we use the increment operator plus plus to keep adding 1 to the current value of I and write out the current value of I to screen using console.log function. The do while loop function similar to the while loop, except that there is an initial execution before the condition is tested. Let's reassign the values of A and B and create an if statement to show the logical and logical OR operator. If A is less than B and A is equals to 1, console.log, you are on the right page. I mistakenly hit the enter. It should be shift enter to create a new line, and not just enter, because enter executes the code within the console, developer console. Else, which offers an alternative if the condition is not met. Console.log, you are on the wrong page. The analogical operator, both conditions must be met for the result to be true, and unlike the OR logical operator, a single condition is required to be met for the result to be true. JavaScript also has a for loop like other languages, made up of the initialization clause, the conditional test clause, and the update clause. It will continue to execute until the test clause returns false. Functions are generally a named section of code that can be called by name. In easier terms, it's a block of code designed to perform a specific task. For example, the function your age prints out using the console log I am 23. And functions are called by repeating the function's name followed by parentheses and the termination and a semicolon to terminate it. Functions can also take parameters. For example, your age function can take a parameter of age and have a value passed to the parameter in between the parentheses at execution and have the function return the value that was entered. The switch case statement is an expression that evaluates once and the value of the expression is compared to the case value. If there is a match, the code block tied to the case is executed, and if no match case, the default case is executed. The break keyword ensures execution does not extend to the next case. Arrays are used to store multiple values within a single variable represented with a square bracket or using the array object represented with new array and the parentheses. Arrays are kept in memory starting at 0 and can be retrieved in that order. JavaScript comes with two types of comments, single line comments and the multi-line comment. The single line comment allows you to comment your code directly beside it or above it, while the multi-line comment allows you to leave notes while writing your codes. Don't forget that comments are not executed and can also be used to prevent the execution of code in certain instances. Thank you for watching and we'll see you on the next tutorial. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like.